Hey guys, welcome back to Economics and Comics. We have a really fun show tonight. You got some cool options. We're going to talk to Marat Mychaels. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please watch the whole show because he's got stuff he wants to give you a chance to get as well. There's just a bunch of stuff going on. So let's get started. What's up, Marat? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Billy? How you doing, bud?
Tired. We've already been talking about though, but that's my only answer.
Tired and hot. Got it.
I'm happy to have a little break with you for sure. My favorite thing of the show is talking to you guys. Got to be honest. Of course, my subs, but talking to artists is my favorite thing.
That's always fun. I still enjoy it. I love talking to other artists, other creators, and stuff. So I get it.
Yeah, I bet. That's the best thing about con. You just got back from a con, didn't you, or something?
I did Terrific Con in Connecticut.
Was it terrific?
It was pretty terrific. Yeah. It's just like the pandemic never happened. Tons of people, money being spent, happy retailers, happy artists. Yeah.
Nothing better than getting out of the house. Hey, a bunch of people in here. Rick, thanks for being a new member. I think he might have did his membership again. Everyone, how you doing? Michael's in here. We'll talk about him in a little bit.
Hey, Michael. What's up, buddy?
So, yeah, I'm glad cons are back. I mean, they're not really over here yet. But
no, and who knows how long they're back for. So,
yeah, the way things are looking, yeah. I hope they maintain and we're safe and we can get those cons here. I really want Phoenix Con again. I got to get in shape, but I'm excited to hear that, it's going to be in the wintertime this year.
Yeah, that's nice.
Man, I got a little bit of a cough. So anyway, you guys, this is Marat Mychaels. If you don't know him, he's been on the show before, but he's a great artist. I've known Marat for a long time, but like really known him for a couple years, like really got to know him better. But for years, man, I mean, 10 or more years, seeing you at cons and seeing you around town, and you're a local, the Phoenix area. And so, you were everywhere. And of course, some of your most well-known stuff is do your poos and stuff. I would always go to your thing and get some homage, do you poos and stuff. I love that shit. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
So, but you've worked on tons of stuff. I mean, if you want to tell them, I mean, I know you've done Lady Death. I know you've done J.I. Joe. I know you've done what are some other titles that you've worked on and since your beginning of your career till now?
I started at Image Comics. I was Image Comics' first rookie, and I did a book called Brigade. Yep. So did Brigade, did tons of image stuff early on, and then I kind of bounced around for a while when we had the mid 90s where everything kind of crashed, and just kind of bounced around, fit in, where I can and get work where I can. Did advertising for a while, and then I got back, into comics pretty much full time. I think it was 2010. I did Deadpool Corps over at Marvel. I did about 4 issues of that, and then I went over to DC and did some Hawk and Dove stuff, did some Grifter, part of the New 52. And then, after that, I just kind of felt like that glass ceiling was way too low for my liking. And I was like, I can make the same money just going to conventions. And that kind of birthed, a book called Naughty and Nice.
Well, let me stop you there. So what's really interesting, okay. I'm not trying to separate you from other artists, but you are separate from other artists in regards to you created your own line or published, you have Counterpoint Comics. You have your own thing.
Yep.
And so you said, I don't know. You said, what? Why am I can have this myself. And I really like, this is what I want too. This is one of my dreams. I'll get there soon. But I'm just saying, like, and you know, created all these different things. Can you give them some examples? I mean, most of them already know, but you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have Naughty and Nice, and we have Do You Poo, obviously. We then spun off, then we did Hardly Thin, which is a Harley Quinn parody. Then we spun off Tiggerverse, which was Tigger as Venom. And then we came out with a new Pooh book called All Out Pooh a couple of months back.
I bought those from you. The one with the Secret Wars cover on it.
Yep.
Those sold out. Those I didn't get a lot, but I mean, I loved them, and everyone loved them too. I love that homage of them.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So did that, and then I have a couple other things. I got a new book. We got the second issue on Kickstarter now, which we'll talk about later. But it's called Pray for the Sinner. We did a crossover with Vampirella recently on Kickstarter. And then I had a few other books. I have a book called Battle Fairy and the Yeti. And just kind of focused on all that stuff. Actually, just got confirmation today. We're doing another crossover with Dynamite. We're doing a Battle Fairy and Red Sonja crossover. So
it's a Dynamite Counterpoint Comics.
Yeah, crossover team up. Yep.
That's really cool, man. I didn't know that you were doing that. And is that part of the kick, the vamp part?
The Vampirella was a completely different Kickstarter.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one finished about a month and a half ago, I believe. And so the current one is actually for Pray for the Sinner #2. So
let's talk. Let's just get that. Let's talk about that right now. So you guys make sure to watch the whole thing because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But let's go ahead and talk about your Kickstarter. I'm going to bring it up because you were telling me there's some cool things you could do or something.
Well, there's a lot of cool things you can do.
Oh, I know, but you were saying for the people that if they got
but I'm biased. So what we're gonna do on your show is anybody who pledges, and I'm a pledger number 524. So 2 people will get a chance to win some books. So this is a promo book for Josh Burns, who did an amazing.
Oh my God, I loved him.
Yeah, he's so good. So this is a 1-of-1 promotional copy.
Oh, is it blank inside?
Nope. It's black and white of the interiors, unlettered, but it's got 20 interior pages.
He's so good, man. His Instagram is insane.
He's insanely good. So I'm gonna give this away to anybody who pledges on the Kickstarter during the show. And then we'll also give away this one. This is my Pray for the Sinner homage cover to Something is Killing the Children.
Oh, shit.
So, and again, that's a 1-of-1 promo copy.
So what is it? If someone pledges right now or during the show, the first 2 people go 1, 2, or what?
No, I'm just going to pick them randomly. So
okay.
I'm on number 524 right now, and I'll put them in, I'll kind of see who it is, and I'll pick like 1 through 10 or 1 through 2 or whatever, and people who pledge, and then I'll, in the book.
So what exactly? I'll type it in the chat. So it's is there like a way I can share the link? Kickstarter?
Yeah, I can put it in the chat. Hold up.
It'll block you. Put it in the private chat, and then I'll copy it because it'll block you.
Got it.
So you've got this Pray for the Sinner. Oh, look at that. That's the
Spider-Man
McFarlane thing.
Yeah, no, that's the Skyline thing. So we have an option where for I believe it's $15 if I'm not mistaken. You can have your name on $10. So the only $10 we're giving these away.
So there's the link in the chat. It should be okay to if you guys are interested. There's tons of. Let's show some of the tiers and stuff. That's the first, or
no. So we have sorry, my computer's being funky. So we have if you missed number 1, we have a special variant of number 1 only available here. By a guy named Hubert Con Michael, and it's colored by another Phoenix local, Jesse Heggie. We have obviously our blank cover, the Eddie Nunez variant. He's the main designer on the new He-Man cartoon, or Masters of the Universe. We have a Ebass partial blank.
The link didn't work, Adrian said.
Didn't work.
Well, just go to Kickstarter.com and type in pray for the sinner. The link didn't work, and then someone said it didn't work.
Huh. Let me try it again in the private chat. I thought I got it all right.
I can't click on it on StreamYard, so
yeah, I'm looking at the page and I'm just trying to get it. But yeah, so we have a lot of great stuff. There's a eBass cover. There's a gorgeous Sun Kumanaki cover. A lot of just amazing.
Oh man, let me see the Sun. What do you got? Let me see it.
All right, where am I at? Let me. Where's my Sun cover? That's eBass. There's the Sun cover.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
and
there's a naughty variant of that as well.
The link's going to an error page apparently.
Huh. All right, I'm trying to figure it out as we talk.
Let me go to Kick real quick.
But yeah, I think, and it's I mean, I'm obviously a little biased, but it's a pretty good story. I've had a lot of people, tell me it's. I put in another link in our private chat. Let
me just.
And the art is beautiful. It's by a guy named Dietrich Smith for issue number 1, and issue number 2 is it's kind of done as 2 stories almost from different perspectives. The first tier is Dietrich, but the second tier is Ryan Kincaid with Adalso Corona on inks, and Adalso is inking. Adalso inks Brett Booth on the new Spawn book. So Adalso is a fantastic inker, and obviously, I'm sure your audience is very familiar with my buddy Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did another link. I don't know if that works. And then I'll do this one that you shared too. But I would try the link I just shared real fast, somebody, just to see. But if you have a problem, I mean, all you got to do is go Kickstarter.com and then type in pray for sinner. Oh, that's okay. My link worked.
Awesome. Thanks, Preston.
Okay. So, yeah. So he will be watching. And if something happens, you guys will get some free stuff.
Can't beat free stuff.
But yeah, so how long's left on this kick?
7 days left.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And we got a Shannon Mayer cover in there. We got a lot of cool stuff. Metal cards, lenticulars. We got the eBass and Sun lenticular. For all the homage fans, we have a tier of homage covers. So eBass, Naughty and Nices, So I think there's something for everybody. And like I said, I think the story is worth the money. Jamie Tyndall, Shannon Mayer, a lot of big boys in this one.
Yeah, man.
So, and we're doing number 3 in September. So, it's a book that we're way ahead on schedule, and we're just gonna keep rocking and rolling on it.
Right on. It's awesomeness. You're doing pretty good on it so far too. It looked like.
Yeah, no, we're doing fantastic. I mean, our number 1, which we did at the end of 2019. Did about 31,000, and we're way past that already with 7 days to go. So
looks like Buddy picked up eBass Double Dose.
Appreciate you, buddy. Yep, I see it right there. Thank you, sir.
So yeah, I mean, so let me ask you here. We'll get back to. Let me put this. I don't know if I can. Let's do this. So when you go about starting your own thing, like, because I've been researching it myself a little bit, because I have some ideas. Do you have to so you created Counterpoint Comics, right?
Yep.
That's your LLC?
Yep.
So when you're so under Counterpoint, you have all the names of the books, Hardly Thin and all that. So you own those names. How do you own a name? Is it attached to the LLC? How does that work?
You just you having a you just go
Attorney?
get a trademark. Yeah, use an attorney, or it's actually not that hard. You can kind of get trademarks online now. It's pretty easy. You
So
know.
you trademark the name under Counterpoint, or
Um.
do
Well,
you?
I as an individual own it. Counterpoint technically publishes it for me, even though I own Counterpoint. So that's just a bunch of like legal.
They have to be separate somehow.
Well, they don't have to be, but you know, um, the thing is, you get an LLC to protect you.
Yeah,
So um, if Counterpoint gets sued and something happens, it's it's not a Counterpoint asset; it's a Marat Mychaels asset. So they can't, basically take it from me if Counterpoint gets sued. So it's kind of layers of protection, is the way it was explained to me by my attorney. Um,
yeah. I gotta look into that because I have ideas too, and I mean I have one specific idea, and I really want to run with it. And I mean you're a great model for me to look at because you did it, and I just think there's these just steps, and for me, separate from you because you're an artist, I'm not, but I
yeah,
wish I was. But you get to a level and you're like, well, maybe I should do this. What do I got to do this? And
yeah,
you keep going farther to closer to like a dream that maybe wasn't a dream before, and now it is, and now it's a reality, and then you go from there, and more, it just never stops. So it's really impressive to me that you've created that, you've created all these arms out of it, and people love it. They want to be a part of those things.
yeah. I mean, honestly, being a publisher was never like a dream,
Yeah.
and it kind of just happened. I mean, I came up with Naughty and Nice. It was the middle of December, and I was driving, and there was a big billboard that said, "Have you been naughty or nice this holiday season?" And I thought, what a great name. Thank you, Preston. Appreciate it, brother. Um, and I went home and kind of looked it up, realized there was nobody had used Naughty and Nice as a name of a book, yeah, for a title, and put the book together in probably 15 days because there was going to be a amazing Phoenix Comic Con, and my whole goal uh, was honestly to make an extra $1,000 at one show for Naughty and Nice, and I had a couple of retailer buddies who were kind of in the bad girl market, and they helped me sell out, and I did a lot better than $1,000. And I thought I was done, but then like a month later, they hit me up and they were like, "Hey, all these guys want to know where um, number two is," and I was like, "Number two? There was no plan for a number two." And we did a number two for WonderCon, and then we did a number three for Vegas, and then number four was kind of the one that blew up because it was the first time we did an eBass full nude chase cover, limited to 25 copies, and we released it in San Diego, and somebody got it graded on the floor and bought the book for $100, had it slabbed. They came back a 9.8, and he flipped it for 1,000 and told everybody. And then all of a sudden, everybody started coming to my table looking for Naughty and Nices.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how that happened. And all of a sudden, now we're looking at years later and it's still going strong. And the poo thing was just a joke between me and a buddy. So we were being goofy, thought it was funny. I was like, screw it, let's just do it. We'll put out a cover or two. People will think it's cute. We'll make a few bucks and we'll move on. And that's another one that just kind of blew up. Never in my wildest mind did I think I'd be drawing, freaking these poo covers, 5 years down the line, 6 years down the line.
I think it's just really interesting how it works, especially in the community that we're in. I mean, although I'm not an artist, I'm tied into it all, and
Well, yeah, no,
I love how, and I want to be, I just love how different things are. I love creation, just especially when it has to do with art stuff, because it's the ultimate form, whether you're telling a story or you're getting a story from a cover, or you're seeing something, go, wow, look at that. It's the greatest mix of media, art and writing to me, and that's why comic books are still comic books. Even if the market might, people talk about the market crash all the time, and the market right now is insane. I don't see it happening because it might slow down, but there's always going to be value to it because of the mix of the two things.
Yeah, well, I always tell everybody, as long as you're buying what you like, it has value to it.
Oh yeah, sure.
First and foremost, just buy what you like. I have guys who come up and they're like, "Oh, your poo books sell for crazy money on eBay. Which one do you recommend?" And I'm like, I don't recommend any one over the other. Which one do you like? And I don't guarantee you that they're gonna do well. We keep them limited, as you know. We keep them super limited. They're always numbered. There's not a lot of them out there. The fan base keeps growing, but our print runs are super low. So there's always somebody to fight.
Especially on the poo. There's been MINICON where I've come to your booth, but even before I knew you, and be like, dude, this limited to 25. And you're like, oh yeah, they're $20. Okay, I'll take 10. Because my mind is like, I run like a business at the same time. Okay, that's a Spider-Man homage. I want as many as I can get.
Yeah.
And like it just depends. And then of course I'm all over the place. It's not just buy what you like, it's buy what I can sell, buy what I can keep, buy what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but you kind of know the market when new guys come in, and they if they just want to buy them to flip them, which I'm all for. Like that's
Sure.
the economy. Like I laugh because I sit at my table, selling books and doing sketches all day, and then whatever money I have, I run over and go buy a book that I want, because I'm a collector too. So I just put it right back into the industry, like
the cycle.
Yeah, exactly. I'm part of the comic book economics sides. I don't just take this money home and bury it in the backyard. It's going, to some key issue or some book that I've been wanting for a while, or somebody's art book. It's not staying in my pocket. That's for sure. At least a chunk of it isn't.
I'm trying to transition from reinvestment. I know, because I have a really good collection. I spent a long time building it, and now with a business, I got to try to make some profit. It's very difficult with costs for shipping and all the other garbage.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I'm burying a little bit, and I'll buy a key here and there. And I love collecting keys, man. It's like my favorite thing. Old keys. Like I picked this up the other day. Greg's, Howard.
Yeah.
So like I picked it. He had this on the wall, newsstand, Death of Robin. And, they had all these books up on the wall, but I said, I want that one. There's something about this book that gets me every time. And so I'm like, I'll pick that up, press it, slab it. It's just, for me, it's not for resale. It's a whole investment, for that one.
Yeah. I mean, my keys and my collection it started off as if things go bad, this is my retirement fund. And,
that's exactly me.
Things have been going good. So now I'm like, I don't have kids, but I have a nephew who I love. I was like, that kid has no idea what he has coming to him. Like, it's gonna give him a collection that might be worth $1 million by the time he gets it. So,
yeah, I feel the same way. Like that's how I built it as a retirement. And now I just recently paid off my debt, and now I'm like, dang, maybe this is even better now.
Yeah.
If something happens, I have 2 stepsons, they're, getting old, and eventually probably go to them or maybe to buy a house, like a big house or something, who knows?
It was hard when the market exploded over the last couple of months.
Oh God.
The books I'm sitting on, I'm like, oh God. Man.
What's your best book? I'm curious. What do you have? Like, I mean, you might have an assortment, but do you have what's your favorite?
Oh man. Okay, so my favorite, and Brian Polito helped me buy this kind of. I was doing a convention a couple of years ago, and I was right next to Brian, and I was contemplating a 129 Spider-Man 129. It was a 9.4, and Brian was like, you know what? If you want it that bad and you're making more than that at this show, go buy it. And I went and bought it, and it was like $2,200, which at the time was, pretty much market value. But I cracked it, and I had it signed by Stan, John Romita, Roy Thomas, Gary Conway, and Len Wein. So it's 5 times signed, and then it was pressed, and it came back a 9.6.
Oh, isn't that
So
wonderful?
it's the only one in existence that has all 5 of those signatures.
5 sign. That's another thing I love about the hobby. Like, for me, I got into this kick about signatures, and of course, a lot of us do that. We go to the tables and get all our books signed. But then it was like, get every single person that worked on it signed, and it just turned into this insane nightmare.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope. I actually, it's funny. I'm usually more of a Blue Label guy, but that one, just because it has, all these amazing creators, but on top of that, it's also, a couple of those guys unfortunately have passed away, Stan and and I don't know if Romita's even doing any more signature opportunities at this point. I think he might have retired from doing sig. So it's kind of cool because it is so rare, and I've been offered a lot of money for it. And
don't hold on that. I've had multiple ASM 129s, and I'm a decent grader that I thought were in the 9.2, 9.4 range.
Yeah.
And every time I send them in, I don't know what happens. They get 7.5s, and I know they're not. And it's my one jinx book that no matter how clean it is, it always comes back at 7.5. So the fact that you have a 9.6 quint signed, or whatever you want to call it, that's freaking amazing, man.
It's pretty cool. So that one's in the safe.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Well, I love that you collect, because there's nothing wrong with artists that don't collect at all, but every artist has something different, a different story to what.
I love it, man. I like getting new books. I don't get a chance to read as much, which sucks. Most of my reading is I'll grab a trade paperback and I'll be on a flight somewhere to a convention or something. But even then, I'll do some writing on the iPad or some drawing or whatever. So I don't get to read as much as I'd like. But I love, buying books and cracking them open and taking a, look at the art and, and I love getting my old keys, especially like slab, I can't be like you. I don't go raw. I'm like, you know what? If I want a 9.2, I go out and I find a good deal on a 9.2 and I just get it.
So, I agree with that theory, but what you're saying, like, why play the game? But I can take, like, again, I'll buy graded if I can get a good deal, right? Screw all the mess.
Yeah.
But in this case, I got it. It's pressable, and I think I can get a 9.8 out of it, and I paid $40 for it.
No,
if I get a 9.8 on this, it's $1,000 book.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The investment, But yeah, I get it though. That's a good tip. I think if you can get it, the market's so different now that everything's so damn expensive. You can't even get what you want.
It really is. That's the scary part. Books that I was hemming and humming about,
2 to 3 years ago.
Yeah, for a year and a half ago, pre-pandemic, I was like, 300, and now I look and that's like $1,000, $1,200 books, and I'm like, what the hell happened? Like,
yeah, and even like 10 years ago, I don't know. Do you know Ed Robertson? You must.
Yep.
So 10 years
ago,
I bought
my Daredevil #1 from Ed.
Yeah, so I would go to his place, right, 10 years ago, and he would have stacks of Secret Wars 8, Spider-Man 252 for $10 each. And I look back at it going, why didn't I just buy it all then?
So funny story.
They're so expensive, dude.
Funny story. It was San Diego 92. I'm walking around and a guy has a box, a short box of 181s.
Oh my God.
And they were $200 each.
Oh my God.
And I remember thinking, and I had got my first Image royalty check, so I had the money. So I wasn't like a broke 19-year-old. But I was like, $200 for this book? Are you crazy? Like, who's buying these books for $200? Oh man, I wish I bought every single one.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But what are you gonna do? It's funny. It's kind of like the goal line keeps moving.
I think we're out of it now. It's unbelievably untouchable now.
Like I want my dream book is an Amazing Fantasy 15. But now I look, I'm like at a decent grade. Like that's a down payment on a mansion, not just a house.
Yeah, that's my dream book too. Impossible. I'll never get it.
Yeah, I don't think. I think it's out of my unless I give up some of the goodies I have already, and I'm kind of attached to those. So
I'm sorry I'm coughing so much. I have like real bad allergies, and this cough won't go away. It's frustrating. I'm sorry about that. But you know, we've been on for a while. Let's go ahead and talk because I can barely breathe. I want to bring up this other topic real quick. So we've been working on the Joe Rabbit cosplay gallery cover for Naughty and Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Michael McComb. So I've come up with a plan. He's a little nervous about it, but I'm not. We've talked about it, Marat. What I was thinking about doing is like a 3-day window. Like instead of okay. So here's the deal. Let me show the cover. So
one sexy Jessica Rabbit cosplay.
Yeah. So there is another cover too that I can't show yet. Did you see it yet, Marat?
Yeah, the see-through.
Yeah. So there's another cover that's really special. So
it's like it's a little chilly in the room she's in.
Yeah, and it's like a see-through dress. And there's some changes to her leg. Do you see the leg area and stuff?
I might have not noticed. Like kind of.
Oh, you'll see it later. It's pretty cool. But so what I was thinking about doing, and you gave me the okay, because we're pretty sure it's going to sell well. We're going to do a print to order this time. So basically what that means is probably, I don't know, maybe this weekend, or I'll announce it, or next week, we will launch this thing, and I'll do like 3 days of pre-orders, and it will end. And at that end, that's it. That it will be print to that exact number sold, which I think is fun. Toledo does that too, but he does like, what is it? The Lady Death Instant Edition takes the whole Comic-Con. This is similar, but he's not. It's already created.
Yeah, I do flash sales with some variants all the time.
Like this, and you go, how many sell, and then it's.
I tell them you got 40, like you said, a 48-hour period, and whatever the number sold, that's the number we print.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that, and of course they'll be able to see the other cover on my site. I can't show it here, but this took Pool Boy about 4 or 5 months. So let's just put it this way. It's extremely detailed. Once you really see it up close and you see the other one, it's absolutely there's a lot of stuff going on in there. So we'll launch that. And then also there will be 10 medals of each cover. Those will not be to order. You can get those immediately. And those will sell out immediately. Of course, those always do. But we'll do a made to print to order and cap it at a certain time. And then I'll give Marat the numbers, and it will be his next installment for Naughty and Nice Cosplay Gallery. So I'm super excited about that. And I know Michael is too.
That's a gorgeous cover.
Yeah.
Should be very proud of it too.
Oh, he's not nervous, he said. So
okay.
I'm excited for you guys to see the alternate cover too. So for those that don't want to get full on Naughty, I'll give you an option for just this cover, but for those who want to see the Naughty, you can get the set. So it'll be pretty exciting, and we'll announce that later, and then when it's over, I'll give Marat the numbers and we'll get it printed up and stuff like that. So we're real excited about that. I'm excited.
Man. I think it's going to do quite well for you. It's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, the secret version is pretty amazing. There's a couple little special things in there too. But, well, again, guys, I don't know if they already met for your did the people already? It sounded like a couple people bought.
Oh yeah, no, we got about 6 or 7 people who have pledged during the show. So yeah.
So there will probably be others that'll pledge later. On the rewind. It's kind of an odd time, and a lot of people watch this later. But yeah, hopefully that works out, and I hope you guys get some freebies. That'll be awesome. Check out the Kickstarter. Is there anything else going on, bro, in your life right now that you want to talk about?
No, I'm kind of like everybody else, just happy to kind of get out into the world and like live normal again. See what I could again. I
feel like I'm still stuck in the pandemic here with the damn store.
Well, it's good problems to have, right?
I keep hearing that, but my
you know.
body in hearing it.
Yeah, well, um, but yeah, no. Outside of that, the business is good. People like the books. Like I said, we're doing the crossover with Red Sonja and Battle Fairy. That's going to be coming up, which is pretty cool.
Now, is that through them, or do you both launch, or how does that work?
Uh, it is we do them as Kickstarters, and it's a Counterpoint Kickstarter.
Oh, that's cool.
But then when it's put out, it has both our logos on there, and Dynamite does the fulfillment part. So
That's really nice.
yeah, so that's really cool. I mean, just getting an opportunity to have my characters cross over with Vampirella and Red Sonja is pretty cool.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah,
Is
and then we
the
have
paper different? Like, is it a different type of paper?
yeah, they do the fulfillment. They use their printer, so it's the kind of Dynamite books that you get in stores. Whatever, Vampirella, Red Sonja, it's that.
It's a real soft paper.
Yeah, I mean, I have that was part of the deal. So we
Hey.
we use a local printer, and they use the Robert. It is sorry, somebody asked me a question.
No, go ahead.
The Pooh Skyline is a retailer ordered that cover, and they're holding on to it. So I have no idea when it's going to come out. Coffin Comics. Yes, I actually was just at Coffin last week. Me and Brian talked about a couple of things that we got planned coming up.
It's the best over there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so cool, man. It's like every comic book creator's dream. Like
I feel like home there. I don't know what it is, man.
But it's a lot of cool people. That's Brian is awesome. But it's like when you create a character, you kind of want something like that. Like your character to be so successful that you can build this freaking basically a shrine to him,
That's what that place is, 100%. It is like a hall of fame. Like
yeah.
Hall of Records or something,
Yeah, it's super cool. I love it. So I do have some stuff that I'm doing Lady Death for Brian. We're also going to do some Naughty and Nice crossovers with some other indie guys. So we're kind of working that out. We're doing one with our buddy Sean over at Comics Elite. We're doing one with one of his Miss Meow characters and Naughty and Nice. So we're working on that, and there's a few other independent creators that have reached out, and
you're doing the cover.
No, it's going to be a whole crossover with Naughty and Nice and
their new book.
Yep, and their new book. So we're doing. I think it's a Kill Kitty or something. One of the characters from Miss Meow
or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're doing a crossover with them. I'll be doing some covers for it. That's for sure. But I've had a lot of like indie creators reach out because they want to do crossovers with Naughty and Nice, and I think that's cool. That's kind of the beauty of being your own boss, is that you can just go, yeah, I want to do this. This is fun. Like, this is cool. Like, and I love interacting with other creators. It's not Death Rage. It's just a book of hot chicks. Catfight. I think the character.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's Naughty and Nice and Catfight.
I'm supposed to do something with Tyndall soon too. He messaged me, so it might be related to that. I don't know yet. I have no idea.
Yeah, so that's really cool and fun to be able to do stuff like that. Got a bunch of awesome variants coming up. Ash, who's very active in the comments here, he's done a couple of really cool covers for me. Those are being colored up, and as soon as they're done, we'll kind of slot them in where we can. And
yeah, Ash and Michael are both two of my favorite up and comers. I consider them like they really need to be in the game, like big time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
they're very talented.
Ash definitely killed it with he did a cosplay cover, and then he did a couple of covers for my next Naughty and Nice Kickstarter that's gonna kick butt. So. And I got to get Michael on something.
Yeah. Well, I said as long as you didn't do a Jessica cosplay gallery, and you're like, okay, so we're here now.
Yeah,
it's finally here. So I'll announce it a little bit later, a couple days, and then we'll get going on it. But there it is. I can't wait till they see the other one.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. And but yeah, I like the thought of doing it almost like a Kickstarter, but not
Yeah,
really.
it's kind of what it is, but
There's
yeah.
no extra benefits except it's going to be limited to whatever you guys decide.
Well, that's kind of a cool thing. Like if if you miss out, you miss out. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of that's the fun part of comics is you know is going and finding the book you're missing, in the condition you want it in, and not being able just to get it at any point at any time. Like the fun is going treasure hunting at the convention, like showing up and having your little list and going, I need this book. I need,
Oh
my.
man, that's the word. It's fun, but damn it, sometimes you pay.
Oh yeah.
I
Well.
want the art germ, the art germ Lady Death, the first one.
Oh yeah, that's.
It was so funny when we were doing his kick and we were down there. I think you were down there. I was telling him I really want it because he had one. You know how he has the wall of Lady Deaths? He had one in the hole. And I'm like, is that a fake or what? He's like, no, that's one of them. And can I have it? He's like, no. The next time I went in, it wasn't there anymore. He pulled it. But that same time, there was a slabbed 9.9 of the holofoil. Because there was the holofoil, and then I think the metal was the most sought after, right? And the holofoil was second, but it was a 9.9 signed on eBay. And I was like, should I buy it? He's like, maybe. And like we did a couple shows, like what we're doing there. You know how it's like movie time in there.
Yeah.
And then I went back and it was gone. I was like, no, no, because it's so sought after, that cover. So
Yeah,
that's like one of the we're talking about. Where you're looking for? That's the one of them.
Yeah, I mean, but that's we all know when we get into this that it's not a cheap habit.
No, but I think overall it's a great great collectible hobby to have.
Yeah, it's a great
And I
hobby.
think the majority of the time, if you're looking at it in a monetary way, besides just the collectible part of it, they will always increase in value. I think almost all of it. It just depends, but
Yeah. You got to be smart, and
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of guys don't like learn anything. They don't do any study, no homework. They just kind of leap in and go, oh, I can buy a book for $5 and sell it for 20 in 3 months. Well, it's not the way it works,
That's kind of where the channel spawned from. It was like getting ripped off at the comic book store 3 years ago, and then watching people not know anything, making mistakes. I had guys coming in that played the stock market and were realizing that the collectible hobby market was hot, and they would come in and like, which one of these should I get long term? And I'm like, they didn't understand anything. They didn't understand. They had money and they bought it. That's another problem, probably why the market's so crazy right now. You have so many people with money that don't really know and they'll pay whatever. And it just keeps, that's good for us if we have it. But if we don't and we want it, it's hard.
Well, it's that, and then people are now hoarding them, kind of like you and I, Like I'm hoarding my collection. So
I am too.
So that's like we probably have a lot of same books and similar grades, and the high grade stuff. That's disappearing quicker and quicker. That's why they're going up so much. It's because I know guys who get certain books in a high grade and they're not letting them go.
It's very tempting lately. Dude, I've had, lately I've seen a book I bought for $1,000 4 years ago, and it's like 12,500 right now. And I'm like, huh.
I know it's hard to hold.
Should I sell? That's a nice little chunk of change. Do I really need this book? But then you're like, I've even been put it on eBay for like 30 minutes, and that 30 minutes is a full nightmare for me. And I pull it. Like I'm like, no.
The thing is, if you need to sell it, by all means, obviously. But the thing is, like 3 years from now, you're gonna want that book, and it's gonna be like 20,000. If you're like, I had it.
I know. That's the way it's looking.
Yep, exactly. That's just kind of how it.
Thanks,
so,
Cobra.
So yeah, so to me, it's like, yeah, any book I get rid of, I'm like, because I've done it. I mean, I've done it with books that I used to trade, because that's kind of how I built my collection. I got in some low end books and then kind of used those and built it up, and then I'd have guys like you walk up and go, hey man, I want I want to buy like, all these poos, and I knew it would be a retailer, and I'd be like, well, what you got at, at your booth? Let's go over. Like, we'll just trade them out. And so, I'd get, a couple of $100 books here, a couple of $100 books here. All of a sudden I have a stack, and I'd go trade with somebody for a high dollar book that I wanted.
Yeah, that's the game. It's so much fun too.
Yeah. No, that's it. It's
if you could start, we should do the test one day, like just for fun. I mean, I don't know. We don't have time, but invest in like something like this. You buy a $50 book, press it, clean it, grade it, sell it, upgrade, keep upgrading, see how high you can get. See if you can get an amazing 15 off of a $50 book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That'll take a long time.
Yeah, but I've seen it been done. I mean, that's how I built my collection too. Unfortunately, when we're talking about before the rise, once Iron Man, the movie came out, it started to heat up just a little bit, but totally different,
Yeah.
And so that's when I was collecting about 10 years, really starting to build and buying full runs of Iron Man, Hulk, Batman. I wish I still had it, man. Oh God. It's so painful. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Do you want to talk about painful?
No.
In 2010, I had a house fire.
Oh, shit.
And my whole comic collection from when I was a kid. And I had a pretty epic collection.
Oh, God. I don't even want to know, please.
Yeah, went up in flames. And I actually was at a friend's house watching my apartment burn on TV because the news was shooting my building.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Was this in Awatuki or was this in somewhere else?
No, this was in Yorba Linda, Santa Ana, when I lived in California. Santa Ana winds got me, and I was actually at Rob Liefeld's house watching my apartment burn.
Oh my God, dude, that's not fun.
Yeah,
Kyle. I don't know, man. You gotta take it to Michael's and go to Michael's or your shop and like a, like this, and I don't know. You got to kind of be creative and do it yourself type of thing.
Yeah, I know was my reaction too, buddy. But
oh man,
the collection has been built back up since then. So,
dude, that's God damn it.
It hurt. It hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt.
Why do you even bring it up?
Well, you said how painful it was to me to sell books.
It's like watching someone get kicked to the nuts. You feel it.
Yeah.
That's what just happened. Thanks, man.
But at least you didn't get kicked in the nuts.
Well, now I gotta like knock on wood, water down the house, But yeah, I've heard that horror story a couple times.
Yeah, it happened to Eric Larson too, I believe.
Oh my God. I can imagine that.
Yep.
All is like,
yeah, original art, a lot of
shit.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Yep.
Now it looks like Buddy lost everything in 96.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta stop. This is bad.
Yeah, let's do. Sorry, we don't want to end this on a.
Yeah, damn it. Here, look at this for a second. There you go.
There you go.
But well, Marat, I appreciate you taking the time to come on. I know it was short notice, and I know you just got back from con, and we're all working real hard. And I'll let you know what happens with the when I launch, and I'll give you the final numbers when it's over, and we'll get that started. And yeah, man, I look up to you in regards to, I mean, like as a not just an artist, but as a creator of branching out and creating your own things. That's something that I right now am on a mission to go. Like, I'm not trying to cut people out or anything like that, but I have ideas too.
Yeah,
I want to like own it, like I want to own something that's special for everybody and me. And it's evolution of me. This thing started as something simple, and I'm not a very big YouTuber, but now I have a store, and I've got all you guys. I love talking to you, and people want to talk to me, and it just constantly evolves. Like you said, very easily, I never thought I would do that, and you just did it.
Yep.
And
it's honestly, it's a perfect time because now we have crowdfunding, which is kind of like direct to consumer. You don't need like people are like, why aren't your books in comic book stores? Well, I'm a little boutique. I don't want to be, I mean, maybe someday I'll get there, but I like being a boutique. I like, when you go, how many of these exist? And I can go, there's 50, and somebody goes, there's more than 50. I go, nope, they're all numbers right there. If you can find me 2 number 3s, you know, good luck. Like it'll never happen.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
love that too.
with crowdfunding, it's cool because you're like, these are my books. This is what I need from you guys to be able to make them happen. And either you like them or you don't, you know?
Is it super easy to just do a kick?
Well, the easy part is, signing up for one and putting one together. That's not hard. Getting people to support you is the hard part, and that's.
Oh, I'll trick all my guys. I'll trick the
Well,
sicko.
I mean, you already have a fan following, so you should do, pretty well. But I see guys all the time, like they'll see, I always tell them, like they go, Polito. I was like, you can't even use Polito as a barometer. He has a character that's been around for almost 30 years. He has a connection with his fans, like very few creators do. Like, get that out of your mind. So then I see a lot of guys go, oh, well, if I just do kind of, girls and naughty variants, it's going to do fantastic. And then I see those guys fail, and I go, no, because you have to figure out what whoever your followers are, whether it's 20 people, 200 people, 20,000 people, what do they want from you? I figured out my fans and fans of the stuff that I put out, they like the parody stuff. So I give them that. And they seem to really like the girly stuff. So I give them that. And so, one day I'll put out like a straightforward superhero book and maybe they'll want that too from me. But, to this point, I'm like, I don't see any reason, to like,
if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, like, and again, naughty and nice is just kind of fun and goofy and and it's very sexy and sexualized, but Sinner is a more straightforward story. It's a science fiction story. It's brutal, it's violent. We have the sexy covers, but she's a hot chick, but it's more of a straightforward story, and it's written and told in a much different, manner than any of my other stuff, but it's because it's a story I really wanted to tell, and I'm so excited that people are supporting it the way they are. So, because this one means more to me, a little more to me than the others. Like the success of this one does. So,
is it because you wrote all the books, right? So, I mean,
well, I co-plotted. This one is like my baby. Like when I came up with the story and kind of what I envisioned in my mind, I was like, you know what? I don't have the time to put into this book to draw it and get across everything I want. So I hired the artist that I knew could pull it off, and and I wrote the story without, like, when you're writing as an artist, you're kind of visualizing everything, and so you're like, well, I don't want to draw that, but I want to draw these big, awesome shots. So you write a little different for yourself. But when you are writing for somebody else, you're just kind of writing the story more organically because you're not stopping yourself and thinking like, well, I don't want to draw that. You're just going like, this is what's going to make this scene the best. This is what's going to, propel this story forward the best way. So it's a little bit different for me personally. So it was cool hiring an old buddy of mine who I think is a fantastic artist, Dietrich Smith, and seeing him pull off everything that I really wanted to get out of it. And we're doing like 2-issue story arcs. So Dietrich did the first 2 issues. Sajjad Shah is doing 3 and 4. And then we have a guy named Matt Weldon, who's fantastic. He's going to be doing the Red Sonja Battle Fairy crossover on issues 5 and 6. So it's cool too. I get to work with these amazing artists that, I'm just super excited to just be creating them,
I love that. The best thing.
Yep. It's so fun. I mean, even on covers, it's just kind of going back and forth, talking about layout, lighting, all that kind of stuff. It's really fun. I never thought I'd enjoy being like the editor as much as I have. Because at first I was really weary about like telling other guys, like they'd send drawing in and I go, oh man, that arm is off. And, I tell them and then they tweak it and it still wouldn't be right. And then finally I was like, I grab a red marker, and
oh my God.
On a Xerox, and I go, oh man, it should be more like this, but I don't want to offend you because I respect everybody. I'm not the best artist by any means, and I'm aware of my shortcomings as an illustrator. So it's like I didn't want somebody thinking like I know so much more than you. This is the way you should do it. But I've been pleasantly surprised how many artists have been like, "Oh man, thanks. This just makes my life so much easier." And so it's become kind of a thing that I really enjoy is working with other artists and creating these images that people react and respond to. I mean, but then there's some guys that come out and you're like, holy crap! Like I got a cover by, is it Kale New? Is that
I
how you
think
say
that's how you say it. Yeah,
it? I mean, he just
dude.
kind of cover in for Sinner #3 that just blew me away. I was like, oh my god, like you're so good.
Dude, crazy, right?
Yep. And then I got one by Alan Claw. He's working on it. He sent me the layout. I was like, my eyeballs hurt just looking at all the detail in this layout.
Isn't he crazy? Alan Qua is crazy like that. Just
Yeah.
massive amount of detail. If you ask for a multi-character cover, you're gonna get every character there is. It's like holy shit.
Yeah, it's awesome. So it's a blast being able to create. But again, you throw it out there and we'll see. Hopefully people respond to issue 3 the way they've responded to issue 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think I mean I don't have to tell you you're on your way. You've already established something great. And
I had a guy. I did a small 1-day show in New York a couple of weeks ago, and he was sincere and he wasn't being an ass. He walks up, he looks at my work, and he goes, "You have a future in this industry, please, buddy. 30 years, I still got a future. That's pretty good."
Well, at the same time, but that's the thing. Colin, people a lot of people are going there to just look. They don't understand anything, and it's just an event, and then they get drawn in, which is so great because art really pulls you in. And but yeah, man, I really appreciate you taking the time, and
thanks
I
for
could
having
talk
me
for hours about stuff with you, but I don't have the time today.
No, we'll grab lunch sometime.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys, thanks again, Marat. Check out his Kickstarter. There was a link in the description. Let me see if maybe I still have it. Here's see. I don't know if this is the same one, but you can check it out. We're also going to be launching the Jessica cover. I don't know if I'll do it this weekend or wait till next week because I'm really busy. But that'll be a print to order. It'll be really exciting for you guys. And a lot of fun stuff coming for the future for all of us. So good luck on your kick. Thanks so much, Ron, for coming.
Appreciate you and all your sickos.
I'll let you know when I get the number for oh, by the way, we got to get him Mike, do you want a AP 1 through 5 or do you want MM 1 through 5? That's what, because he wants some stuff for himself, and I'll get all that done for him. I don't know how he wants it. It's funny you guys both have the same initials, so
I know, right? We'll figure it out.
You're gonna have your own probably hidden, so I won't know about it. Triple M. But anyway, wait, let's see. Launch Jessica next Monday, so I can use my birthday. What is that? Monday? This Monday? I don't know. Maybe.
Decisions.
Save your money for a couple days. I like to do it on the weekend, but
you have all the power in your hands.
Yeah. All right. We'll get you one, Preston. All right, brother. Thanks again so much.
Thanks for having me, man.
Take it easy and stay sit.
The so-called normal guys who always let you down. Sickos never scare me. At least they're committed.